I guess, what are the emotions now that you are finally back in the win column?
I'm feeling everything. I'm like happy, jumping up and down. Then I want to cry every couple of seconds. You know, I'm just letting myself take in this moment because I have worked really hard for this.
After your last fight, you know, you had said your body just kind of wasn't reacting to what you had prepared in such a good camp. Mm-hmm. So now that the fight's over, did the fight play out as you expected? Did your body react, and how was it in there?
Yeah, you know, I felt really good in there today. I felt calm. I felt like I belonged, and I was a little scared that it was such a long layoff. I think maybe that's why I fought a little hesitantly, but I thought I fought really good, and, you know, I got the win. That's all that matters.
The commentary was noting that it seems like she was looking for one big shot to do damage as opposed to the amount of volume that you were throwing. So in terms of that, is that how you expected it to play out?
I thought she was going to grapple more, to be honest. I wasn't sure, but I know that she couldn't shoot double legs on me. She was going to have to wrap me upper body and try and throw me, which is hard when someone's throwing as many punches as I do. So, yeah, and I just try and fight like that every time. I want to hurt people. I want to just throw a lot in their faces, and I knew it was going to be hard to grab a hold of me. So, yeah.
Before the fight even started, the comment, I think it was Dominic Cruz saying, like, I bet she goes for a headlock right away. So how much did you prep that headlock defense?
Yeah, so we had about 3 weeks with this new opponent, I think, and it was the first thing we said was like, well, she loves a headlock, so we have to try and work on that. And that was interesting for me. I've never fought anybody who's done judo, so just learning how to defend judo is a new tool that I got from this camp, so yeah.
And this was your first fight after going to Fight Ready, correct? So what
Yeah.
was it like having that new corner?
It was great. I'm super grateful for everything they did for me this camp. They gave me time in and time out, everything that I asked for. Sometimes not everything I asked for because it was a little bit too much. I love to overtrain. Sure. But yeah, I just put all my trust into them, and I'm very grateful that I have so many good support systems all around, not only the USA, but Australia and Thailand and everything. I've made great connections, so I have a lot of smart and knowledgeable people behind me, and Fight Ready was great to me.
Do you think that overtraining, like you said, has affected you in the past, and is that something you're going to have to work on to dial it back a bit more?
I don't know, but other people have told me that it does affect me, but I would just keep doing it if I hadn't stopped and listened to other people.
Were you in Arizona in the summer?
Yes.
How was that? I live there.
It was very hot this time around. I think I was there for like 14 weeks this time around, so it was hot for sure.
And final one for me. You said you didn't like the long layoff, so I guess when do you want to get back in there?
I'm gonna have to talk to everybody, obviously, but no longer than like 3 months off. You know, I can't be doing really big layoffs again. So, yeah, I want to stay active.
Do you look at specific names, or are you not even looking at that right now?
I want to take a look at the top 15 and see who's not booked. I want to fight someone in the top 15, and I know that I think like 2 or 3 top 25 fights got booked like this week, so I got to go and see who's not fighting.
And Casey, the fight was important, but how do you rate your performance of your Raygun post-fight?
I gave that a 10. I think I did better than she did in the Olympics. I think if they do bring it back for 2028, I might need to take an MMA hiatus and go get a gold medal.
And finally for me, you had a bit of distractions outside the cage, bit of emotional. Obviously, we won't make any of that public or anything, but can you talk about how much that might have distracted you going into, obviously, a very important fight week?
I wasn't going to let anybody come to Australia and beat me, so, you know, there could have been a meteor hit the hotel. I was getting out, and I was going to win and get my hand raised today.
Thank you.
Casey, just one here. How do you overcome those moments of doubt over the last 2 years? Obviously, this is your first win since the Roxanne Metaferi win. Mm-hmm. How do you overcome those moments, periods of doubt you may have? And I guess, what does it mean to you to silence doubters that may have doubted you en route to this fight?
It was very hard. It's something that I wouldn't say that I know how to do it. I've listened to other people. I started seeing a sports psychiatrist. Her name is Sharon. She's great. She's sort of helped me fight through those demons. But it's really like a identity crisis in a way, kind of, as a fighter. It's not just a bad day on the job. It's like your life is over after 2 fights. That's how everyone makes it out to be on the internet. So you can either sit there and listen to those people who can't make it here, or you can double down on yourself, trust yourself, and keep training, and you'll get there. Because I was having the performances in the gym, you know, it just wasn't translating through yet into the cage. I think maybe a little bit to do with the knee and not trusting it fully, or maybe just a little bit of self-doubt. But I think I've cleared all that up. I felt the best I've ever felt mentally in the cage today.
And just one more. Obviously, this is your first fight in Australia in 4 years. So what was it like for you being out there tonight fighting in front of them? And is that something that you want to continue moving forward, fighting on these Australian cards?
Yeah, like I said, being in Australia and fighting, like, there is no other option for me but to win, you know. And I've fought here for my whole amateur career, for most of my pro career before it. Obviously, I've been gone for 4 years, but my last professional fight in Australia was here in Perth, and it was the best performance I'd ever put on as a pro. And this was, you know, maybe not the best, but it was up there. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for all the Australian fans. That crowd was getting behind me crazily, and I felt the energy and I loved it.